So proofs, we are going to look at some general construction of proofs, how proofs are constructed. So any hypothesis can be proved either directly or indirectly. So direct proofs, are basically let P and Q be statements. Then you start with hypothesis P and you just say that this thing is true, so there's some other, we have to reach another statement Q which we have to prove to be true. Okay, so so suppose statement P is X is a doctor, and statement Q is that X has studied for 15 years. Okay, let me just write down in one note. Okay, so I am doing direct proofs. So statement P is X is a doctor, and statement Q is X has studied for greater than equal to 15 years. Okay, so this is what I want to prove. So first of all, P is a doctor implies P has graduated. So if he has graduated 3 years here, okay, implies P has done +2, implies 2 years here, which implies that P has done schooling, which implies at least 10 years here. So this thing implies that 3 plus 2 plus 10, he has done, he or she has done at least 15 years of education. Okay, so if somebody is a doctor or somebody has a graduate degree itself, then you have studied for at least 15 years in the formal sector. Okay, at least 15 years of formal schooling has been done. So it's okay if a lot of students don't do nursery or kindergarten. If you have also done that, then you have done studying for at least 18 years. Okay, but at least 15 years we can say that anybody who's a doctor has at least done 15 years of education. So that is your direct proof. So you construct a chain of statements, one statement leading to the other, and finally from P you try to reach the statement Q. So from P you reach a statement R1, R1 to R2, R2 to R3, Rn to Q. So this is how you try to construct your chain. So this is basically called law of syllogism. So the theorem that we are going to prove using this direct proof is square of an odd integer. Okay? So we say that if n is an odd integer, the square of an odd integer is also an odd integer. So we are saying that so the theorem that we are trying to prove is, if n is an odd integer, then n square is odd integer. Okay, so that's what we are trying to prove. So statement P here is n is odd. Okay, so implies the statement R1, which is n equals to 2m plus 1. So every odd number, odd integer, n is odd integer, and every odd integer can be represented as 2m plus 1 for some integer m. Okay, so this implies statement R2 that n square equals to 2m plus 1 whole square. Okay, so this is your statement R2. Now 2m plus 1 whole square is going to be 4m square plus 4m plus 1. Okay, which is basically 2 times 2m square plus 2m plus 1. Now 2m plus square plus 2m could be written as some integer k. So this is 2k plus 1. Okay, so then we arrive at statement R3 that n square equals to 2k plus 1, which implies the final statement Q that n square is odd. So that finishes up your proof. So what we have done is we started from P and we took a logical statement from here to here. So this is how we build a string of statements to go from the hypothesis to the conclusion. Okay, so this is how we are going to proceed in direct proofs. Now this is an important proof. It was indirectly asked, this proof was indirectly asked in one of the ISI questions from 2007 or 8, I guess. They did not ask the proof, they asked a set of things, and you are asked which of these is true. So one of the things were, if n is odd, then n square is odd. So this was one of the statements. So they can ask proofs in objective parts as well. They won't ask you proofs directly, but what they'll do is they'll give you options and then ask you which of these is true. So you don't have to show the proof because it's objective question, but you still need to do it. Okay, so don't feel like since you are only appearing for, let's say, DSE or JNU, you don't have to work on proofs at all. So don't be so complacent, they might ask you. So that's your direct proof. Okay.